A family of 27-year-old Shayanne Castro, accused of possession of more than 26 pounds of suspected cannabis, found at the Sarstoon Street residence, to which she was taken on Saturday following a traffic stop, accused police of setting her up. They say the young woman and her husband, Minister Edmund Castro's son Wasani, were threatened with their freedom if they did not take a deal, give up high-powered weapons to avoid charges for the weed. Here is how one of Castro's two defense attorneys, Marcel Cardona, put it after Monday's court appearance.
The police then proceeded to enter into discussions with her through her attorney, etc., as to the possibility of if she were able to, she or through her friends and family and associates, if she were able to assist the police in putting off the streets a number of items, right, that are used regularly to commit crimes and even murders, etc. If she were able to assist to get these things off the street, they would be prepared to consider just moving on. They know for a fact that she does not live at that residence, and they know for a fact that she was only visiting, and they baited her. They in fact were seeking to bait her husband also. They kept on telling the husband, come and see your wife, come in and see your wife. And the husband, yes, and the husband said in no uncertain terms, no. He was highly suspicious of their cordiality, and they're trying to invite him to come onto the premises or whatever. Perhaps just to likewise charge him with the same charges that they put on the wife at this point in time.
The guns were recovered beginning on Saturday night in Lakeview Street and continuing on Sunday on Sarstoon Street itself and on Mahogany and City Streets. While Castro's family is crying foul, they have insurance. Audio recordings of the deal being made between Castro's attorney and the police, though the latter denied. While the recordings are being withheld as key evidence in Castro's case, Castro's other attorney, Richard Dickie Bradley, told News 5 he sees more of this than people realize.
That is nothing new. The police have been conducting this operation in terms of the moment they pick up anybody, detain anybody, especially if they are in a position to bring charges. And that person feel under pressure that, why, I want to get charged for one firearm, I want to get charged for some weed, whatever it is. They would say to him, possible that we not charge you if we could get another gun. Or find some weed, if we could bring in a gun, we might not charge you. They will tell them they not charge you. Because if you make a man feel like you're charged, we're going to bring gun for. This is nothing new, this is going on. The problem with such a program, if it is a program, if it is sanctioned by higher-ups, it is being very poorly managed, and it is opening itself to extortion and to criminal activity and to corruption. I know for a fact that recently, like 2-3 weeks ago, it was reported to a high-ranking officer in Belmopan that in one of the districts, officers have been behind family members that they would not charge their family member if they could bring in certain amount of pounds of marijuana. And they released the person from police custody in an attempt for him to go out and try to assist them to get the amount of weed. And then when they couldn't get it, then gone back and pick up again. But the people have the messages and the calls, and they are hurted because they are all targeted and were harassed the whole weekend. If we don't bring the thing, this is what will happen, and so on. So I know a report has been made in relation to that matter.
Like Cardona, Bradley says Shayanne Castro is suffering primarily because of her married name. But, he adds, whether the accused is well-heeled or not, police cannot allow any advantage in such an established system for personal gain.
If you think about it, if you try to take it a couple steps further, it would make sense that they can't announce a program like that. The criminal elements will always have a gun or two in waiting to come and say, well, give me a run and I give you a gun. But it is, I don't know, it's something that needs to be discussed in the high commands of the police department, and they need to come forward to the public and say if there's a policy, because it will lead to some serious abuses because there are going to be rogue officers who will get weed and not hand it in and report it, and use that as a form of hustling, pick up people and tell them bring a pound of weed and let you go. And people will do that to get their liberty.
It nearly cost Shayanne Castro, now out on bail, hers. Aaron Humes reporting for News 5.